breath, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna die.
Snorted it.
Are you snorting popcorn?
No.
No.
And then it didn't end well.
Is it recording?
Yeah, I just started it. I started it when you talked about snorting ribbon.
Oh, yes. If you didn't watch our last video, then you know.
Oh yeah,
then
this should be a continuation to.
It'll be your
Two
one.
parts. You get the pieces at the bottom
no, the
that
dog
are like
gonna
just
eat.
kernels.
Cat and dog.
Yum.
Yeah, we have popcorn. I have infected island popcorn.
Here you go. It fell on my counter.
Thank you for the.
There's like
Pass it
2
down.
pieces in there.
Pass it.
It's like a roulette. If I die,
That'd be
Oh,
funny.
wow.
It'd be on camera.
right?
Okay.
Probably get monetized for it.
We're gonna get demonetized. And we're not. I started it. Susan's gonna sit down.
Wait, let me pull down my. Here.
Or pull up, like, bunch it up a little so that. Yeah. Just to show that you are in fact wearing.
I am wearing pants. Okay. So, hello.
Today we are going to be doing a spooky story time.
Kind of spooky.
But not really.
You guys should talk about the time Tabitha nearly fell off a cliff.
Whoa, what was that?
They went to a
I
Jesus
choked on
camp.
popcorn.
Oh. Add that to the list.
So, Caitlin and I were at Jesus camp.
Because we're good Christian children.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Nora, we're good Christian children
Good
here.
Christian children.
I'm surrounded by the two crazy people here.
I'm not Catholic.
And so, yeah, Tabitha just wanted to come for the experience. And we decided to try a new type of camp. It's called an adventure camp.
So we got in white vans. They drove us around to a ton of different places.
Yes.
Except they didn't tell us where we were going, and they wouldn't tell us what the time was either. And the
Yeah.
vans, they like put it on military time.
And then when we figured out what military time was, they changed it to just random.
Yeah, they just started spamming it, and it just. So anyway, we got to like this giant rocky like forest reservation or something,
Yeah.
and it was really pretty. And there are these big rocks you could climb on and overlook to like another deeper part of it.
There's
Got-
actually a model photo shoot going on.
Yeah, there was.
Oh,
For
yeah,
like,
you sent us photos of that, I'm pretty sure.
it was either like for like a backpack or some like hiking equipment.
Yeah. So we were like in this big rocky section with huge rocks. So I'm sitting there with Caitlin. We climb up this big rock. I just look off the front of it, and in my mind I'm thinking like, oh, I can probably jump and only take a few hit points. And I fell forward.
And then Caitlin was like,
No, I was
Not
like, what the
today.
And
heck,
it was
Tabitha?
almost like in slow motion. Like I just felt something grab my arm, and I was just kind of hanging there off this giant rock.
that's when you know you're really sleep deprived, when you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just a video game. This is-
I've been playing so much video games, and I didn't realize that if I like
the
had
video games
fallen,
are corrupting the children.
true.
True.
If I would have fallen, I probably would have broken my legs. Maybe hit my head in a giant rock. But like,
Yeah,
I'm fine.
maybe.
We're here.
And then we had a second experience at that camp. And this is when we were whitewater rafting.
Oh. So Lonnie's never heard any of these stories before.
Oh, you haven't?
No, because she doesn't live on Discord like we do.
I don't remember this board. Oh, yeah.
You were there. That's how you
Yeah.
know it.
Okay, so we all get into a raft. I think it's us two and then a counselor.
It's gonna be trusted before I see.
And we're going down these rapids. And they said that most people water rafting for the first time were probably gonna flip over. And when you flip over, you have to like tuck your knees in or something so that you don't like scrape your knees on the rocks.
But the water's still moving really fast, and there's a lot of rocks underneath. So even when you wipe out, your body's still going as fast as the raft was, but there's nothing there to protect you. You're just floating down the river.
You guys had to sign like a book's worth
Oh yeah, my parents signed so much stuff.
contracts.
Yeah, we had to sign like waivers or something. It was lucky for us because we took off our glasses and left them in the white van. So that,
I was blind. I can't see like in
Yeah.
front of my hand.
and so when you're like going towards a big rock, I think you want to paddle towards it, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, paddle towards the big rock. And then I'm like,
We're
what?
laughing.
And I'm like, what? No,
I
I don't
didn't
want to
have
do
a paddle.
that.
I just sat there.
Yeah, because another boat flipped over and we gave them one of our paddles. So now instead of having 3 paddles, we had 2.
I don't see why they would do that. It's survival of the fittest. If
Exactly,
the
they
other
flipped.
Yeah, they're the
Not
ones
our
who
fault.
flipped.
Yeah, I think we only had 1 paddle though.
Oh, they really.
The kid also lost his glasses,
Yeah, and
and he was really upset.
they made fun of us for flipping, and then they lost their glasses. They're like, "Ha, you're stupid," and then they flipped over, and the guy lost his glasses.
Oh, that was a floor piece. Or an
Got
island
them.
piece. I could taste. I could taste the
And
danger.
so, when we were whitewater rafting, we were going towards this big rock. And I forgot about the rule of paddling towards it. So I used my paddle and pushed against the rock. And then we flipped.
Good job, Caitlin.
No, I was really confused. I was just
Yeah.
looking at the sky. I'm like, this is nice. The next thing I know, I'm freezing cold and I don't know where I am. Okay, so next thing I know, I'm in the water and I'm like hitting all these rocks and my legs are getting scraped against everything. I'm like, oh yeah, if I did this, I'm just sitting there floating down the river. And I'm like, wait, where is everybody? And the boat is still like caught on the rock. And I saw the counselor, but I had no idea where Caitlin was. So I'm like, okay. So I'm just floating.
Okay. What the heck? Are you?
Just eat them.
We need more food.
Yeah, we ran out. We're like almost out of food. So I'm trying to break up the full
Yeah,
meal
Caitlin, you can tell your part now.
Okay. So when I flipped over, I ended up under the raft. So when I tried to like pop my head out for air, I couldn't go up. And there was like no air bubble like under the raft. So I was like holding my breath and I'm like, man, I'm gonna die. And when I tried to swim away, the raft just kept coming like
It's
under me.
It's a Jesus camp where you actually get to meet Jesus.
And then eventually I just stopped swimming and just sat there. And I'm
Gave
like,
up.
yeah, but then the raft went over me like faster than
So maybe
me.
giving up is the answer.
And then I got my head up.
That's how we got out of that maze.
Yeah.
You gave up?
Yeah, they told us to give up and ask Jesus for help, and then we're like, okay. And we never let go of that rule.
Okay, wait, we need to explain that. It was her coworker, so then she quit, so she gave her all the merch she had at her house. And I guess she kept it in a porta potty
Speaking of
box.
merch, we don't have a shop. We're not really YouTubers.
We might have buttons soon. One more story about this Jesus camp.
Jesus camp.
So this Jesus camp had us do activities to teach us about Jesus.
Jeez, review.
And so one of the games, we were woken up, well not woken up, but it was like really dark. And they had us put blindfolds on.
Is this
and
a boot
walked
camp?
us.
They really
Quite possibly, like,
And they walked us
sounds like a
through
reality
like
TV show.
and
a
it's
lot
fine.
of forest. Like we didn't know where we were going. We
No,
just
we were just like around to train the kids and like, okay, put your hand on the person in front of you's back and,
And
you
you're
just
like,
walk like this for like
and then they were like, don't let go or else you won't be able to find your way. So then we're like, oh, okay. And then they're all like, okay, hold on to the rope.
Melania's a table.
yeah, they put us on a rope. We're like, okay. They're like, okay, so
And
follow the rope. And it's shaped like a maze. And then find your way out. It should be simple. Like, it's fun.
And they're like, if you need help, just ask. But you can only ask for help once, I think.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not gonna ask for help right away. That's stupid. I'm gonna do it on my own.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of people that are like, I need help, and I need help. And I'm like,
They like take one step in, like I need help.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes, kids were like, I need help. I need help.
and then I'm like, are you serious? I'm not going to ask for help.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna
I'm
do it
just
on my
gonna
own.
follow the rope. And we kept running into trees because the ropes were tied to trees.
So I started running into less and less kids. Like, where did everybody go? Did they all get out? I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna be the last one out. And then I got to the point where I'd only run into Caitlin. I'm like,
Yeah.
where did everybody go?
Were they all going the wrong way, or were you guys like just so off that
They were the
you?
last people in the maze.
Oh,
Everybody else made it out.
So I made a mental map of the maze in my head. So every time I would walk to a tree, I'd like pinpoint it to get an idea of where I was.
oh,
and it was a
didn't do
square.
that. I'm not that smart.
And it was just one across, and one in the middle. So I'm like, there's no way to get out of here.
you
So-
have to pray to Jesus.
So then we were probably in there for like a good hour and a half.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
and then counselors are just watching us and they're like, "Do you need help?"
We're like, no.
I don't need help.
Exactly. So then eventually they're like, are you sure you don't need help? I'm like, help,
And then
I
we
need
give up.
help. And then
And they're
the
like,
person
there is no
grabs my
answer.
arm, pulls me to another rope course, I walk down, and then I'm out. And then I look, and Caitlin's the only person left in the maze, and
Wait.
everybody else is gone.
Wait, so is the lesson that, like, is this supposed to be a giant metaphor for you can't be successful unless you ask Jesus for help?
Well,
Yes.
Is that the metaphor? Cause
it was like, you can't always do things by yourself, and sometimes you need to admit that you need help.
that's stupid.
Yeah, but all those kids gave up in the first, 2 minutes. And I was actually really proud that you were still in there, Caitlin.
Yeah, and then I think I just realized that no one else was in there, or a counselor told me or something, and I was like, okay, I need help. Get me out of here.
I feel like that opens
Because
a very
I think-
interesting debate.
It does.
Once you said I need help and I couldn't find you, I'm like, oh, so they just take you out of the maze?
Yes!
I guess giving up is.
And I'm
the
like,
answer.
I need help, and then they're like, great, you did it! And I'm like,
That could be a social experiment.
Yeah, so like they're teaching you not to be independent, to always rely on other people because you're never correct or you're not
True.
always correct. It's kind of messed up.
If you do that in school, though, you're gonna rely on. Why would you want to rely on other people?
Stupid.
Like, don't you want to be independent?
But like the thing is, with most situations, it's like you can either do it by yourself or you can ask for help. There's not always you need help. Like it's like group projects, so you don't get to choose if they're group projects. It's like I can do this by myself, and it'll be done in like half the time that you've given us. Yeah, I have to sit here with my 3 teammates that aren't going to help me at all.
But then,
I'm still doing all the work, but it's 4 people's work instead of just my own.
let's tell other camp experience stories.
Ooh, we
like
should tell
ones
the-
that we can all relate to.
Welcome to the end card. Hope